Hi Satnam, it's me, Shakti Sundari, back with you today for more of the Radiance Sutras by Lauren Rocher. So today I am dressed all in red, which is my favorite color. It's the color of the goddess with whom I am affiliated and initiated, Rhiannon, goddess of love and sacred sexuality. And I've even got my red heart stickers here with me, which I use as a bookmark in the book. And I'm also wearing red because I went to vote today, and I voted Labour, and I wanted to make a statement about that. I woke today with a big feeling of heaviness, though, actually, in my heart and in my being. This is just how it is in my flow today. Back feeling this heaviness, this tenderness, this vulnerability, sadness, darker emotions are flowing through, and I've done my best to welcome them and allow them to move through. So I guess I'm sharing that because each day I'm sharing from the truth of who I am and where I'm at, and also as a way of acknowledging that even with these practices, even with this awareness, life is not always an expression of an expression that looks like outward joy or jumping up and down happiness or excitement, and that the darker feelings and emotions, the sadness, the heaviness, or whatever it might be, is also an expression of life and is also a part of the radiance and truth of life. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. And let's come to today's sutra. So today we are on Yukti verse 12. The Sanskrit. Madhya Nadi, Madhya Samstha, Visa Sutraba Rupaya, Dhyata Anta Vyomaya, Devya Taya Deva Prakashate. I'd like to read that again. Madhya Nadi, Madhya Samstha, Visa Sutraba Rupaya, Dhyata Anta Vyomaya, Devya Taya Deva Prakashate. And then let's listen to the English. There is a current of love energy that flows between earth below and sun above. The central channel of your spine is the riverbed. The streaming is as delicate and powerful as the tingling touch of lovers. Entering here, radiance arches between above and below. Your whole attention resting in the subtle, vibrating in the center of the spinal column, tracing this current between earth and sun. Become magnetism relating all the worlds. There is a current of love energy that flows between earth below and sun above. So I'm just going to speak to that first. There is a current of love energy. In all that I've done and experienced and learned and trained in as a tantrika, as a Kundalini yogi, as a priestess of love and sacred sexuality, everything that I've done and learnt has been about tapping into the flow of this energy. Shakti, life force, Kundalini, sexual energy. whatever you want to call it. And what I've noticed as I speak to people about it is that when I use the word sexual energy, there's often a misconception that I am talking about sex. And people kind of go off on a tangent and not really understanding what it is I mean. And also there's often a dissociation or a disconnect between people's understanding of sex and love, and the genitals and the heart. Everything that I'm about and that these practices are about is about fully connecting this energy with our whole being and through our whole being, so that sex and heart are connected. In fact, so all our chakras are connected, but so often there is this disconnect between heart and sex for men and women. And the other thing I want to say is that in my personal experience, sexual energy is love. I experience the flow of Shakti, Kundalini through my being as the most powerful force of love. So when this energy is streaming through my body, yes, it starts at the base and it flows through, but I experience it as infinite ecstatic love. So there is a current of love energy that flows between earth and sun. So earth, the very center core of the earth, the red magma, hot molten core, the root, the mother, where the Kundalini flows up from, through the core of the earth, into the soles of our feet, into our legs, and up into our sex, and up through this central channel. Up and out to the sun, the sky above. Classically masculine above, in that space, the sun, Mother Earth, the red below us. Both poles of existence, equal, balanced and connected. The central channel of your spine is the riverbed. That image, the riverbed, you already can feel the flow of this energy along that riverbed through your central channel, your core light, your sushmuna. The streaming is as delicate and powerful as the tingling touch of lovers. Isn't that beautiful? So when we activate this energy and it begins to flow through us, and in fact though, again in my experience, if we simply open our awareness, we don't actually need to do anything to feel and know this energy flowing through our being. It is actually constantly there, rising up from beneath our feet into our root and into our bodies, but most of the time we're closed off and contracted and not sensorily aware enough to feel it and to sense it. It's always there though, it's never not there, it's always there, just as the universal consciousness is always there. However, when we actively stimulate, engage, generate this energy, as we do with Tantra, yoga and so on, there is an actual streaming that happens. There is an actual flow of this energy through the body, which will look very different in everybody's body. And it can be a very powerful movement that begins to happen in the body. And at the same time, the delicacy is in the subtlety, the absolute subtlety of the nature of this energy. And delicate and powerful as the tingling touch of lovers. Making love inside, making love within ourselves. And yeah, let's use that metaphor also, because when we awaken to this level, and our sexual energy is awakened, the lightest and most delicate of touches is exquisite. Anywhere on the body, it is the most exquisite sensation experience anywhere, to be touched so fine, so refined, because our whole sensitivity is open to such a degree that the lightest of touches, even actually in the energy field, not even on the body, can move and awaken this beautiful sexual energy, which is love. Entering here, radiance arches between above and below. So again, this idea of this flow, of this energy of love, between our roots and our crown within our physical being, but really between the core of the earth and the central sun above. Your whole attention resting in the subtle, vibrating in the center of the spinal column, tracing this current between earth and sun. So the practice here is to take your awareness here and hold your awareness there, and we do that very much, and again in these practices, yoga, kundalini yoga, tantra, to become aware of this flow of energy from root to crown through each of the 7 energy centers. You can do that simply by putting your awareness there. You can go back and use the sounds and the colors that we've been introduced to in the previous Yukti verses. You can use your breath. You can inhale and imagine this energy rising from root to crown, and on the exhale, imagine the energy descending through the channel. Energy follows intent. So just by doing that, you will begin to cultivate an opening. And you can also use your hands to guide the flow of energy. So taking your hand down to your root and then in front of the body, in the very center of the body, just gently tracing the flow field. You see, when I do that, I actually feel it in my body and in my energy body. It begins to move the Kundalini energy simply by tracing the flow, the riverbed of this current. Tracing this current, as it says, between earth and sun, become magnetism, relating all the worlds. So I invite you to explore this current and this place within your own being with your breath, or maybe with your hands touching the body or just in front of the body, to inhale, to draw this sexual energy up, and on the exhale, to draw the energy down. Try that, experiment with it maybe for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and just notice how you feel and what you experience. As the sutra says, we have the potential, when this flow is really active, to magnetize an awareness of our relating, our relationship, our oneness with everything. That is my sharing for today. I send you lots of love, hearts, and gratitude for being with me. Join me again tomorrow for more from the Radiance Sutras. Sat Nam.